Welcome to the Reality of Wrestling. My name is Brad Gilmore. We have an incredible night of action for you this week in our main event. Gino Medina, the former Reality of Wrestling champion 3 times over, will face Bryan, the most recent Reality Wrestling champion. The winner of that match will face Will All Day in a later date to crown the brand new Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship. That title has been vacated by Max Umberto, and we will crown a new Reality Wrestling Texas champion in the weeks to come. Also, we will see Legion versus La Familia tag team champions on the line, and of course, Cameron Cole continues his feud with the astounding Edge Stone. All that and more this week on the Reality of Wrestling. And here we go. Tag team championships are on the line. Here comes Shawn Hendricks and Isaiah James, Legion. We've seen Legion for many, many years here in the Reality of Wrestling, but never in a more deadly form than with these two men who have a combined 20 years of experience inside the squared circle. And tonight, can they finally get the job done? Can the Demonic Collective be tag team champions? Eagerly anticipating and awaiting their opponents this evening, who have also been a very hot streak. The Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Diego De La Cruz and Jonathan Vega, they are La Familia. We want to thank our limited capacity, socially distanced audience joining us in studio here at the World Gym Arena. Everyone is following proper precautions and protocols to remain safe. And we're all here to enjoy the action of the Reality of Wrestling. These two men, Jonathan Vega, Diego De La Cruz, have had a long journey to success here in Reality of Wrestling. We've seen Jonathan Vega for years, and it wasn't until he found Diego De La Cruz to when they first really started having some real success as the collective known as La Familia, and now winning those Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Championships. I do not think they're going to let them go without one hell of a fight. Referee Isaac Red Shoes Bouillon showing the champions their championships, showing the challengers. And here we go. Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Championships are on the line, and it looks like Isaiah James is going to start off for Legion. Who's going to start the action for La Familia? Looking like Jonathan Vega. Quick game planning right there, a little strategy session before we begin. Oh, wow, look at the eyes of Isaiah James. Isaiah James looks locked and focused. Collar elbow tie-up, and here we are, underway. Both these men trying to get advantage of the other. It looks like Jonathan Vega with that waist lock. Can Isaiah James fight out of it? Break the hands, break the hold. Oh, well, that'll do it. Couple back elbows right to the side of the face of Jonathan Vega. Oh, and the big forearm smash there. Isaiah James looking great in the early goings. Oh, and a short punch to the rib cage. Oh. Look at that, beautiful cover, 1, 2. A tilt-a-whirl mixed with a hurricanrana mixed with a pinning attempt. And now Jonathan Vega on the offensive. Oh, beautiful. Just rolls right through and a tag to Diego De La Cruz, who jumps in with a big elbow cover here. 1, 2. Oh, wow, look at that, Isaiah James. They thought they may have gotten the job done early. Now a front face lock from Diego De La Cruz, and a fresh tag in to La Familia. These two work so well together. That's why they hold tag team championship gold. Fresh tags. Wow, I can feel that one. Fresh tags. And there's another one from Diego De La Cruz to Jonathan Vega. These two making sure no one gets winded, making sure they keep up their stamina. And a big spine buster to Isaiah James. Oh, man. Look at that. Isaiah James's face is all of us right now. Cover 1, 2. And La Familia doing a great job of controlling the demonic collective, at least its standard bearer in Isaiah James. And a tag to Shawn Hendricks. Much needed tag to Shawn Hendricks. Oh, wait a minute. The referee saying he didn't see it. Isaiah James, though, coming up back behind Diego De La Cruz. And now there's the tag. The referee sees it. And some double team action from the Julian Years favorites. Oh, and look at that. Diego De La Cruz got caught up there. He got caught up on that middle rope. Maybe his boot slipped on that middle rope. Costly mistake. Legion capitalizing. Double suplex right there to the accordion wielding tag team champion. And a headbutt. Wow. Diego De La Cruz wisely getting a tag, blind tag in from Jonathan Vega. Jonathan Vega now. Picture perfect suplex cover. 1.5 really right there. Shawn Hendricks getting a shoulder up. And I have to really compliment La Familia. I know I've called attention to it several times in this broadcast, but the frequent tags, keeping the fresh man in, not getting too winded, keeping up that stamina, keeping the gas tank from going on E is a strategy to retain those championships. And Jonathan Vega outside in front of us. Beautiful. Wow. And that is concrete floor on the outside. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Tag into Diego De La Cruz. Beautiful right there. And La Familia controlling this match expertly. Overhand chop from the champion to the challenger. Diego De La Cruz on the top rope, and again, the ropes proving to be Diego De La Cruz's enemy, slipping off that top rope with some assistance from Shawn Hendricks. Now rear chin lock. Hendricks trying to cinch it in there. You can see Diego De La Cruz feeling the effects of it. Oh, it's a big back elbows. Oh, and Hendricks grabbing the back of his hair, pulling Diego De La Cruz down into the corner. It's a big shoulder thrust right there. And it looks like Legion has zoned in on Diego De La Cruz. They have made him their target of displeasure, if you will. And look at that. And if you see what Legion's doing, guys, for the people at home watching who may not be familiar, they are cutting the ring in half. They are not allowing Diego De La Cruz to get to the corner where his partner is. This is beautiful tag team wrestling. Gut wrench suplex, cover 1, 2. Snapmare takeover there. Oh, and a big boot to the face of Diego De La Cruz, who right now desperately needs to get a tag. Oh, wait, hold on. Big leg drop cover. 1, 2, and a 2.5. But Diego De La Cruz desperately needs to get to that man, Jonathan Vega, if they're going to remain in this contest. Oh, European uppercut. Diego De La Cruz, signs of life. What's he send him up for here? Beautiful. Beautiful. Driving that knee right into the sternum of Shawn Hendricks. But Diego De La Cruz still on the far side of the ring, and he has a long way to go if he can get to Jonathan Vega. And look at that. Hendricks, so smart, the cutting ring veteran, holding on to the boot of Diego de la Cruz. Isaiah James knocking Jonathan Vega off the apron. And look at that, Diego realizing that he's not there, but Jonathan Vega firing off. Referee trying to get control of this one. Line tag there. Line to the referee at least, to Isaiah James. Oh, knife edge chop. Short jab to the rib cage, knocking Diego de la Cruz down on the ground. The most nonchalant tag I've ever seen in my life. It looked like Shawn Hendricks, who is the legal man. Not sure if Diego de la Cruz realizes, and a boot to the middle of the spine. I'll tell you what, if Diego de la Cruz can't find a way to get a tag into Jonathan Vega, it might be a very bad fiesta tonight for La Familia. Oh! That could be what he needed. That could be the opening. That could be the opening that Diego de la Cruz needed. Can he get to Jonathan Vega? Jonathan Vega is begging. He is pleading. He is cajoling. He is jumping on that apron, clapping his hands, doing whatever he can do to get Diego de la Cruz into this one. Can he get the tag? He is so close. A big leap, and he gets it. Here comes Jonathan Vega and Isaiah James battling it out. Oh, big move right there from James. Oh, to James. Jonathan Vega, the fresh man in. And boy, does he look good. Big boot to the chin, knocking Isaiah James back. There's its twin for Shawn Hendricks. Second rope, drop kick to both members of Legion. Jonathan Vega is a house on fire. Oh, look at that beautiful cover. 1, 2, and that is, no. Hendricks getting there at the last second, and now putting the boots to the face of Jonathan Vega. Oh, up and over. Go Diego and Shawn Hendricks to that concrete floor. It's just Isaiah James and Jonathan Vega now. Little roundhouse action. Oh, wait. What is that? Oh. Oh my goodness, Jonathan Vega blocking the shot, ripping off the mouth. Oh my Lord. What the hell? A rake to the eyes. A rake to the eyes. We are Legion. We are many. A big spear from Isaiah James. What's he going for now? All will fall. All will fall. Cover 1, 2, 3. We have new Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Isaiah James, Shawn Hendricks get the job done. And there's that insidious one. Shawn Hendricks holding gold along with Isaiah James. And as we said, 20 years of experience between these two. And finally it culminates with a tag team championship victory by ominous means. Nonetheless, we have new tag team champions.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free. The king of solar screens, on time every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
Well, we have already crowned new tag team champions. And tonight, Edge Stone looks to continue his path to a championship opportunity here in the reality of wrestling. He is somebody who checks all the boxes. 6'6", 285, ready to get live. It's Edge Stone. This man could have been dominant in any professional sport of his choice. Lucky for us, he chose the reality of wrestling. Yet he has a very talented opponent tonight. There he is, looking in better shape than his entire career. Not sure what that vape pen does for the lung capacity, but nevertheless, the cool Cameron Cole makes his way into the squared circle against a massive challenger that he has seen a time or two before. Confident, cocky, cool, Cameron Cole staring right into the camera. This callous demeanor. And here we go. Opening bell and oh my good, look at this man. Look at this man. I used to have respect for Cameron Cole, but not like that. Playing these silly mind games, and you see, not too pleased is Edge Stone. Cameron Cole gingerly walking back into the ring and then jumping right back out, breaking the count. We're playing a little bit of mind games with Edge Stone. And that's one man I wouldn't want to piss off. I'll be honest with you. But Cameron Cole seems to take great pleasure in it. As maybe we'll finally see this action begin. As he is 1 foot, 2 feet in, trying to jump out. Edge Stone not gonna let him this time. Pulling him by the boot all the way across the ring. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Edge Stone knocking down Cameron Cole. Oh, big scoop and a slam there. And it looks like Cameron Cole, pardon the pun, or pardon the cliche, has awakened the sleeping giant, but maybe I spoke too soon. Knees to the ribs there, those injured ribs of Edge Stone. Up and over, out into the concrete. And Cam Cole shouting at our referee. To begin his count of 10, Cameron Cole will take a win by any means necessary. And the Louisiana boy trying to get to 2 feet. Rolls back in the bottom rope, and now Cameron Cole all over him. Big shots, big shots, big shots from Cam. Cameron Cole firing off a series of shots. Oh my goodness though. Edge Stone trying to pick him up, but those ribs giving way. Those ribs giving way. Cameron Cole smelling the injury like shark smelling blood in the water, and now rearing back on that bottom of his chin, pulling the head and neck back, exposing those ribs, stretching them out. Oh, and look at that. Oh my goodness, referee, stop that, stop that, stop that. The big man, although he is flesh and blood like you or I, he lives up to his name. He's chiseled out of granite. trying to get to a vertical base. Cam Cole cutting him off again and almost knocking our cameraman off. And a jumping enziguri to the big man, getting him down to his knees. Oh my goodness, and a shot to those ribs. A drop kick to the side of the injured ribs of Edge Stone. And I cannot believe that Cameron Cole is in the driver's seat of this contest. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Just draping Edge Stone's injured and exposed ribs across that steel post. Disgusting actions, but ever so effective by the Cool himself. Edge Stone catching Cameron Cole. He's caught Cameron Cole. Another shot to the ribs. Another one. Oh my goodness! Taking the man's head off and a back elbow as Edge Stone tries to fight back in this one. Oh, a pounce from Edge Stone to Cam Cole. Shade to the alpha male, Monty Brown with that one. And a big power slam out of nowhere. Power slam cover one. Oh, look at that, though. Edge Stone not able to keep Cameron Cole covered for a count of 3 because those ribs are just too damaged at this point in the match. Oh! Swing and a miss there by the big man. And this is Cameron Cole's opening. This is the moment he's waited for this entire match. Up on the apron, lands on his feet. Edge Stone thought he avoided danger. That one, and a jumping code breaker. A jumping code breaker from Cameron Cole. Oh, and another one. Another one. Cover, cover. 1, 2. Oh my God. Edge Stone getting the shoulder up after a count of 1. I cannot believe it. Thank you to the 385,000 subscribers of this channel. You only get action like this from the reality of wrestling. And our main event coming up next, Gino versus Bryan Keith. But look at that. Look at that. Cover, cover. 1, 2, 3. Edge Stone battles back from those injured ribs, finds a way to beat Cameron Cole, finally laying him to rest. Impressive feat of strength, heart, will, determination of the man they call Stone. Oh, wait a minute! Q cutter! Q cutter, that's the mysterious Q! That is the mysterious Q! The mysterious Q, the reality of wrestling television champion, is here. And I think that he just called his shot against Edge Stone. There's only one franchise of this company. And Q says you're looking at it. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next in our main event, Gino Medina, without a doubt, one of the most talented people to ever lace up a pair of wrestling boots and walk inside the World Gym Arena. He is going up against a man who has a fighting spirit, a man who will cowboy up at any occasion, Bryan Keith. Gino Bryan Keith, the winner, will face Will All Day to crown the brand new Reality of Wrestling Texas champion. Our main event, right now. And here we go, our main event of the evening. Gino versus Bryan Keith. The winner of this match will face Will All Day at Swing Vote. for the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship. Do not let his demeanor or his attitude fool you. Gino, Medina, one of the very best this company has ever seen, maybe the best. If you did a Mount Rushmore Reality of Wrestling, he would be on the George Washington face without a doubt. And the thing that is scary, ladies and gentlemen, is he's only getting better. The former three-time Reality of Wrestling champion, Gino, is here. Better story of 2019 going into 2020 than the Lone Ranger of the Road, Bryan Keith, winning that championship, winning the ever-elusive Reality of Wrestling Championship, only to lose it back to ruthless Ryan Davidson in our very first drive-in special. Now, Bryan Keith is trying to battle back, and he finds himself in a position to get an opportunity at that Texas Championship this evening. One of the longest reigning champions in Raw history now has to face one of the most decorated. It's Bryan Keith, it's Gino, it's our main event. It's Reality of Wrestling. And you have to wonder about Bryan Keith's mental space. He lost the thing that he had worked for the better part of a decade for, to Ryan Davidson. Finds himself back with the opportunity to get a championship opportunity, but not for the Reality Wrestling Championship, for the Texas Championship. What is his motivation tonight? Can he put behind him those demons of those losses in the past? Focus on Gino, get the job done, and find himself a Triple Crown champion. It is very possible. The path is right in front of him, but he's got to go through one of the very best that we've ever seen. It's Gino, it's Bryan, and it's now. And there's the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to thank the 385,000 subscribers to the Reality Wrestling channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, share, do all the things you're supposed to do so the world can know why we are the front row of sports and entertainment and the flagship of Texas wrestling. Well, Gino always popular with the Reality Wrestling Nation. And he's not even going to wrestle unless they shut up. Fat chance of that happening. And look at the scowl of the face on the face of Bryan Keith. Extra motivated. We hope. Sometimes you have to wonder, when you lose that championship, does the championship level confidence that you gain, do you lose that as well? Do you start to doubt yourself? Do you start to wonder, am I really the guy? Do I have what it takes to get the job done? Quick cover one. All those thoughts are racing through the mind of Bryan Keith right now. He's trying to figure out. Cover there. He's trying to figure out, am I the man? And there's no better litmus test. There's no better measuring stick than Gino Medina. The untouchable one. Side headlock here by Gino. Bryan Keith trying to fight out of it. Gino just hooking him around the ears, which really messes with the equilibrium of an athlete. But now Bryan Keith returning the favor. Oh! Elbow to that left shoulder of Gino. Now has him in a wrist lock tied behind his back. Like he's roping cattle. Is the cowboy. Beautiful reversal there from Gino. Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow. Does this man belong in a pro wrestling ring or what? And look, by nefarious means, getting an extra advantage on this side headlock, but to no avail. Referee spotted him. against, oh, I thought he was going to bounce him against the ropes for an Irish whip, and now Bryan Keith said, you want a mat wrestle? You want a chain wrestle? Let's do it, man. A great display of athletic prowess and wrestling maneuverability between these two gentlemen. Bryan Keith always looking to utilize those fast kicks. Catch you quick. Oh, as is Gino. In a lot of ways, these two styles really mirror one another. Big drop kick cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Both of them use high-flying offense. Both of them, in tip-top shape. Both of them have the experience, the veteran experience and instincts, looking for that scarlet letter. Bryan Keith reversal. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful right there from Bryan Keith. Bryan Keith shaking his head, almost happy and pleased with his actions thus far. As a former reality wrestling champion. As Gino, oh man, right on that knee. The thigh of Bryan Keith being driven into the kneecap of Gino. And Gino really feeling the effects of that one, rolling to the outside, trying to sweep the legs of Bryan Keith. Bryan Keith seesawing to the outside, and that lower back and spine landing on the apron. And what is he gonna do? Sends him right into the steps. Sends him right into the steps, just Gino. Bryan Keith laying on the outside in pain. You know he's still not 100% after he had injury that he suffered in the match with Ryan Davidson. And Gino looking on as Bryan Keith grasping at his fingertips, almost trying to grab something like he maybe has lost feeling. Oh, and referee's about to call it off. Referee's about to throw up the X. But Bryan Keith begging and pleading with him. Wow, we might have seen a referee stoppage. As Booker T says, the referees need to have the understanding, knowledge, and know-how to get in there and just stop it. And I'm not so certain that would have been a great move for Gino. Excuse me, for Bryan Keith moving forward. Sometimes you gotta live to fight another day. And Gino driving those elbows in the rib cage of Bryan Keith. Look at that, Gino driving his knuckles into the ribs of Bryan Keith. We know that they were fractured at that drive-in event against Ryan Davidson. And Gino using those legs to squeeze on the rib cage of Bryan Keith, where if those ribs weren't fully healed up, he is in 100% complete pain, just covering up from those shots from Gino. Oh man, Gino catches him right behind the ear. 1, 2, referee should have had a better look at that one. I think Gino got away with an illegal punch right there. Nevertheless, owning this contest thus far. And every opportunity he gets, look at that, pulling on the ear, putting his knuckles into the rib cage, whatever he has to do. Keith slowly but surely fighting out of this one. Remember, the winner of this contest will meet Will all day at our next drive-in special swing vote for the vacant Reality Wrestling Texas Championship. Remember, the current holder, Max Umberto, unable to defend that championship due to the pandemic, so he has been stripped. The title is being held up, and it's going to be Will All Day versus either Bryan, Keith, or Gino at swing vote to declare that champion. Oh, look at that pump handle. Pump handle. Oh! A pump handle gut wrench right there. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Again, going back to an earlier spot in this match when it looked like Bryan Keith was on the outside in pain after Gino sent him into those steel steps. We saw the referee really considering stopping this contest, and now looking back at it, I think that would have been the right decision to make. Bryan Keith is a tough man. We all know this. We all know what he can do inside that squared circle. He's been a champion. Not once but twice. He's been the Reality Wrestling Champion and the Reality Wrestling Television Champion. But he has to live to fight another day. And the beating that he is taking from Gino might put him on the shelf to where even if he wins this match, who knows if he'll be 100% or even be medically cleared to face Will All Day for that Texas Championship. And a side effect though, out of desperation from Bryan Keith, a side effect to the apron. That could be his opening. But at what cost? Bryan Keith slowly getting back in, beating the referee's count, and another one. A bookend, more that time. 1, 2, oh my goodness. Red Shoes was there, and Gino getting the shoulder up. Gino just throwing Bryan Keith on that top rope, and the inertia made him flip and land right on the back. Those ribs, the kidneys, the spine, everything is hurting right now on Bryan Keith, and Gino smells it. Gino smells victory, but a super kick, the fastest kicks in the South. They call him that for a reason. And now both men laid out. If Bryan Keith were able to crawl over to Gino, he might have gotten a 3 count. Referee up to a count of 6. Bryan Keith to a vertical base. And El Intocable, the untouchable Gino, with that elevated knee into the ribs. Oh, and one into the face. Cover. 1, 2. Oh my Lord, at the last second, at the very last possible heartbeat moment, Bryan Keith finds a way to get the shoulder up. Couple of fast kicks, running on adrenaline. Swing and a miss. Oh, and both men have the same idea, collide. And that's those ribs, the spinal column, the rib cage, everything shaken up after that. And we know it hurt Gino, but you have to imagine it hurt Bryan Keith even more. Count of 9. These two men starting to battle though. Referee calling off the count and slaps across the face. That might have fired up Bryan Keith more than it hurt him. Might have woke him back up into this match. You see him asking for it. Oh man! You saw the sweat fly off the chest of Gino with that one. Oh my goodness! The opportunity at the Reality Wrestling Texas Championship is on the line. Both these men wanting it bad. Beautiful back suplex cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Gino. And you have to think with every move, with every bit of offense, it has to hurt Bryan Keith almost as much as it's hurting Gino. And he's calling for it. He's calling for it, the move that has won him the Reality Wrestling Championship. Rodeo DDT. Gino. Counter reversal. 1, 2. Bryan Keith almost had him. Oh! Another elevated knee to that rib cage, slowing the inertia and momentum of Bryan Keith all the way to a screeching halt. Gino cover. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Bryan Keith. The heart and will of the Cowboy. It's just too great. Question mark kick there, and another cover. 1, 2, 3. That question mark kick was enough to rattle the bell of the already injured Bryan Keith. And Gino will face Will all day at Swing Vote for that Reality Wrestling Texas Championship. El Intocable, El Campeón. Will he have that nickname once again? We will find out. Gino Medina, victorious in our main event. We want to thank everybody for watching this week on the Reality of Wrestling. For our executive producers, Booker T and Charmel Huffman. For our director, Kevin Bernhardt. My name is Brad Gilmore, and we will be back next week with the front row of sports and entertainment, the Reality of Wrestling.